This lesson is going to be on creating scale drawings. So we're going to first start by just finding these values of these expressions mentally, meaning without using a calculator. So we have 1/3 times 15. We can rewrite this as 15 times 1/3, and multiplying by 1/3 is the same thing as dividing by 3. So we could do 15 divided by 3, which is 5. Next, we have 15 times 1/4, so that's 15 divided by 4. So when we do 15 divided by 4, that gives us 3.75. 2.6 times 1/2, 2.6 divided by 2, which is 1.3. And then here we can change this to 8.5 times 1/5, which is the same thing as 8.5 divided by 5, which is 1.7. So here we have a rough sketch of Noah's bedroom, and it's not a scale drawing. We notice this isn't a scale drawing because here we have a little bit of a curve to the wall, and his wall wouldn't be straight. Here, the walls extend past each other, which wouldn't make sense, and there's a little gap here for the door, so this is why it's just a rough drawing. The actual length of wall C, so wall C, the actual length is 4 meters. Noah wants to draw a segment that's 16 centimeters long. So the scale that he's using would be 16 centimeters is equal to 4 meters. And if we want to express this in another way, it's always best when you have a scale drawing and you have your scale to whatever unit is used for the scale itself, we want that to be in terms of 1. So we want to see what 1 centimeter is. So 1 centimeter would be equal to 4 divided by 16, which simplifies to 1 centimeter is 1/4 of a meter. Now the actual lengths of wall A and wall D are 2.5 meters and 3.75 meters. Determine how long these walls will be on Noah's scale floor plan. Explain or show your reasoning. So, a few different ways we could do this. If we use our scale of 1 centimeter equals 1/4 centimeters, now we're creating a new scale where we want to know what 2.5 meters would be equal to. So first thing I could do, I can change this and multiply each one by 4 and say 4 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. So now if I need 2.5, I'm going to need another 4 centimeters to equal 1 meter, and then I need half, 2 centimeters, and it would be half a meter. So altogether, this is 4, 8, 10 centimeters would be equal to 2.5 meters. Now I'm going to do the other one a different way. Still using our original scale, 1 centimeter equals 1/4 meters. We want to know for 3.75 meters what it's going to be. So if I want to know how many times larger this is going to be. So to determine that, I can do 3.75 divided by the 1/4, and that would give me 15. So here I'm multiplying by 15, so I'm going to do the same thing to the centimeters and multiply by 15, and I would get 15 centimeters. If I wanted to do it the same way I did the previous one, I can do it that way. So the 4 centimeters is 1 meter. I need another 4 centimeters for the 1 meter, another 4 centimeters for the 1 meter. And now the 2 centimeters equals 0.5 meters. And then I need another half of that 1 centimeter to be 0.25 meters. So altogether, I have 1, 2, 3 and a half, 3.75 meters. And then when I add up my centimeters, I have 4, 8, 12, 14, 15 centimeters. So a rectangle around Utah is about 270 meters wide and 350 miles tall. The upper right corner that is missing is about 110 meters wide and 70 miles tall. So here, this is what Utah would look like. We're going to draw it up here. So Utah, this is where they're talking about the corner that's missing. So it tells us that it's 350 miles tall, 270 miles wide, and then the upper right corner that's missing is 110 meters wide, 110 miles. This is 110 miles and 70 miles tall. We want to make a scale drawing where 1 centimeter equals 50 miles. So we know it should look the same way. We can use a ruler to measure it out. But to determine my numbers, I'm just going to take the 350 miles and divide it by the 50 to determine how tall it should be. And that would be 7 centimeters. So this would be 7 centimeters tall. To figure out how wide it is, I can do 270 divided by the 50, and that gets me 5.4. This would be 5.4 centimeters. To figure out the corner now, I can do 270, or 110, sorry. This would be 110 divided by 50. So 110 divided by 50, this would be 2.2 centimeters. And the last part would be 70 divided by 50. 70 divided by 50 is 1.4. This would be 1.4 centimeters. So that's what my scale would look like if the scale was 1 centimeter equals 50 miles. Now, if I wanted to create a similar scale drawing, but now with a different scale of 1 centimeter equals 75 miles, now we would just divide each number by 75. So 350 divided by 75, this would be 4.6 repeating centimeters. 270 divided by 75, this would be 3.6 centimeters. 110 divided by 75, this would be 1.46 repeating centimeters. And 70 divided by 75, this would be 0.93 repeating centimeters. So notice when we want to compare our drawings here, the larger the scale is, the smaller the scale drawing. Because if we compare these, this is 7 centimeters, but this one's only 4.6 centimeters.